So these newer generations, we're always concerned about, you know, you being former military guy yourself.
Mm-hmm.
Uh, the trend for the younger people in this country are they are not, what do you want to call, tough
Patriotic,
people. They're
tough.
not
Yeah.
tough people.
Okay.
Well, anyway, there is a new trend out there among the Gen Z called the soft life.
The soft life.
The soft life.
And people, I don't even know what it is.
Well, that's why we're going to cover this.
But not knowing what it is, I would never want to be considered having that. That sounds awful.
Mm-hmm.
But go ahead.
Gen Z is entering its soft life era.
Okay.
The soft life is a trending social media aesthetic that emphasizes comfort, coziness, and self care.
Okay.
Gen Z might be drawn to the soft life as a way of rejecting the hustle culture. If your teen is talking about the soft life, they are simply expressing their desire to relax and spend more time doing what they love.
In other words, they don't want to work.
They don't want to work. They
They're
just
just
want to,
lazy.
I just want to watch my favorite show. Just,
Yeah.
just don't bother me.
Yeah. Could you buy me that new game since I don't work, and then I'll play it for 6 months and while you work and feed me?
Right. Picture this: the post-dawn sun streams through the window, hitting a desk that holds its lit candle, a cozy mug of coffee, and a bowl of breakfast topped with juicy fresh fruit. The computer in the background is powered off. On the windowsill, plants thrive in a glass vase. The text reads, early morning, post-snow sunrise, fresh sheets, yogurt bowl, and hot tea. Mmm.
Well,
This is the soft life, a social media trend popular with Gen Z, originally developed among the Nigerian influencer community. It's
right.
about slowing down, chilling out, finding joy in small things. And these days, it's all over the young people's algorithm on TikTok and Instagram. Beyond the dreamy aesthetic, though, the soft life may indicate that this generation is looking for a reprieve from the increasing pressures and the demands of the real world. That would be careers, family, and even socializing.
Right.
Before the COVID-19 pandemic, millennials embraced work and focused hard on climbing the career ladder. This was well documented, perhaps most notably in Anne Helen Peterson's 2019 BuzzFeed piece about the burnout generation, girl bossing and leaning in, where in vogue and staying late at the office was considered par for the course.
Right.
When I asked Stephanie Coe, a 21-year-old living in New York who's currently on the job hunt, what she thinks about the soft life trend, she was quick to point out the connection. For a long time, there's been a really strong sentiment of that career woman achieving things, she said. I think that it's a reaction to that where now people are looking for a calmer existence. Stephanie O'Day, New York Times bestseller author, slow living, cultivating a life purpose in a hustle driven world, also sees it that way. They don't want to live just to work, she says, referring to Gen Z. I think previous generations really identified with what you do for a living and how much money you make. And this younger generation wants to do everything they want to do. They want to hike. They want to live life. They want to enjoy their friends and not be working to the bone. So, how you going to pay your bills, kids?
That's always looked at as. What's funny is that I see these on X especially all the time, these fucking 20-year-olds. And they're like, why do I have to work 40 hours to make a living? I shouldn't have to work. I didn't choose to be here. It's like, then just fucking kill yourself.
Yeah, just die then.
Just die. Don't eat. Just don't eat.
part of that desire comes from the realization that working hard and making money doesn't pay off the way it used to, and it did for their parents' generation. If there's no guarantee of a stable home owning future, it makes sense to lean into enjoying what you have in the present.
Right.
I mean, but it, I don't know what is it the parents had that you don't.
Money.
You're just in a different, you know, you have to earn your money differently than your parents did.
Yeah. You have to hustle right now.
Yep. Focusing less on work and prioritizing self-care may sound great in theory, but Coe says that's far from what she sees. The trend is actually more of an aesthetic and an aspiration that softness only appears in their lives in brief moments between job stress and other responsibilities instead of long stretches, than a way that people are totally transforming or reshaping their lives. I would say people in my circle take the trend not so much as an overall approach to their entire life, but as finding moments in their days where they can just take a deep breath and take a step back, light a candle, drink some tea, and read a book to watch their and to watch their comfort TV shows. Well, that's what you do at night when you get home.
Yeah, that's what you're supposed to do.
Yeah. That's nothing different.
Yeah.
In fact, Coe says that in reality, her peer group is fitting in softness a mess among stress and high pressure and finding and posting about rare moments of Zen.
Of Zen. Shut up.
Of Zen.
Shut up.
On the other hand, Asley Yu, a 21-year-old student at Babson College, said she's seen it used another way. I have a hot take on this. I think the soft life trend is a way to escape your responsibilities. It's a way to avoid stress, she said. She describes hearing people say, "Oh, I'm just trying to live the soft life to get out of doing something they're supposed to do."
Right.
While Yu agrees that the soft life is a reaction to the hustle culture, she thinks that sometimes it goes too far. If you're doing less, you're less stressed about it, she said, but at some point you have to start taking responsibility for your actions. If you're a parent of a teen who talks about wanting to live a soft life, don't panic. Their interest doesn't mean that your teen will never a job get a I don't know, this it's not written right. Doesn't mean that your teen will never get a job or pursue their education. In fact, some portrayals of the soft life acknowledge that it doesn't come easily. I've seen TikToks where people are speaking about how you can't have a soft life without getting through a lot. Like you can't achieve it unless you have some economic stability. Well, that just goes without saying.
Right.
In other words, aspiring to live more slowly doesn't necessarily mean forging ambition or hard work. The pursuit of a soft life is Gen Z being intentional about avoiding burnout. If you're already stressed in your 20s, think about that. Do you want to be stressed in your 30s and 40s? She explains it. It's looking at the big picture and stepping back. I wouldn't want 20-year-olds to compare themselves to other 20-year-olds. And try to be the best. I would rather them step back a little and think about what's important to them. So let's see, when you look at it through the lens, post the sunlight streaming through your window, a steaming cup of coffee and peaceful morning, journaling, whoever journals, or reading your favorite book doesn't seem like a harmless diversion. It seems like a necessity. The world is tough and getting tougher. Why not light a candle now and again? So what all this is saying is that people got to learn to separate work from, what do you want to call decompressing
from day-to-day life.
Yeah, I know, but that's what you do when you get home.
Yeah.
You get up, you go to work, you do your job, you come home, and then you go through your routine and relax and go to sleep.
Look, I'm not going to lie. Every single day when I wake up about 8 o'clock or so, I do not want to start working. I would like to lay in bed, throw on the game show channel, and watch Deal or No Deal until fucking tomorrow.
Right.
But you can't. That's just not how life works. Sometimes you have to earn, and the only value you'll ever get out of the things that you do for fun is if you earn them.
Mm-hmm.
Not just, oh, well, I don't have to work today. What am I going to do today? Well, maybe I'll go run or something. You know, I mean, there's no value in any of that. You got to earn your shit.
Sure.
These kids are just lazy and dumb, and they've been taught that they don't have to earn anything. That here
Right.
it is, here's your life. Just go do it. You know, and they don't want to work. It's amazing to me. You know, it's amazing when I see these kids say this kind of shit, that there's not a father behind them going, fuck is wrong with you?
Well, that's the problem.
Yeah.
In a lot of homes, there are no fathers to lay down the law, as it were. You know, so there you go. I mean, you know, I didn't have any children that I'm aware of, and
Right.
you had 3, and
That I'm aware of.
they're way past the point of relying on dad for their living the soft life,
Right.
you know. But I feel for the people who did such a poor job parenting that their kid could have the idea that they can, you know what, I'm not going to pursue a career, I'm just going to live the soft life.
Right.
Okay, well, good luck paying those bills.
Have at it. But again, the parents are shouldering it because they're not throwing them out.
I agree.
You got to throw them out on their ass if they're not going to work. You know, even if they do work, you probably have to at some point.
Sure.
But shit, I don't know. The soft life.
The soft life.
That would be embarrassing all by itself. What kind of life you living? I'm living the soft life.
Right.
Faggot.
I don't want to have to hustle. I don't want to have to go out there and stress myself out.
I can't work right now. Fucking Price is Right is on.
Exactly.
Jesus.
All right. I think that's going to wrap up the first show of the year.
Yeah, we did pretty good, huh?
Yeah. I'm glad you were able to make it through.
Yeah. I mean, I'm going to definitely go in about, I'm imagining we'll be done in about 3 minutes. I will be laying in bed under a blanket in about 5 minutes.
There you are. I can't blame you. All right. Well, appreciate everybody who's rejoined us and joined, the first show of the Classic Metal Show for into our 31st year. So
right.
Glad to be back. Hope everybody had your enjoyable holiday, and we'll get down to business now.
That's right.
So